What's going on, guys? This is episode 3 of Thoughts on a Walk. I'm thinking about changing the name of this shit because I don't really do this on walks. The next video, I think episode 4 is going to be in I really love the vibe out there. It's going to be outdoors next to my truck, but I will be on a walk, but I don't want to record it while I'm walking unless I'm wearing AirPods. But today I want to talk about dark is necessary for light. I think bad stuff that happens to you is good. I think you have to appreciate the bad to appreciate the good. And I think if everyone thought like that, I think people would be happier. And not everything bad is good for the most part, but it kind of is, because then it shows you what good is, you know what I mean? So it's kind of necessary for it to exist. But we don't really appreciate the good until bad happens, you know what I mean? And this thing I really, really love, I keep referencing this podcast because it's like one of my favorite ones. Robert Rodriguez was talking about anything good that happens is just good, you know what I mean? You're above baseline. Anything bad happens in your life, like you have to change your tire, you have to fucking get gas, you have to go to the store, or whatever annoys you or bugs you, that's when you're at baseline. And it's like you're not down here, you're just here. Everything that's above here is all the way up here, and we should be appreciating it. You know what I mean? We should enjoy our time. Like, hey, I get to go to work, I'm up here, I'm above baseline. I get to hang out with friends, I'm above baseline, you know what I mean? If something bad happens at work, I'm baseline. So you know what I mean? You gotta take darkness with light, and I feel like appreciate, man. Just appreciate it. There's so many blessings. Like, another thing I really, really discovered is like life is such a gift. Like, I don't know about y'all, I love life. I fucking love it. It's the best. It's just so weird. It's a weird thing. I don't think we talk about it enough, but it is very weird to be alive, to be a human. So fucking weird. And like time is very weird. I always, how we not figured out time? Why is that not like number one on the agenda? You know what I mean? And yeah, you also got to realize, like, there's blessings that may have hurt you in the past, but there was a reason why that happened. You know what I mean? I think things happen for a reason. I don't know if I believe everything is written. I don't know if everything is exactly where it's supposed to be, but I kind of do agree with that a little bit. Like, everything is kind of happening for a reason a little bit. And to tell you the truth, you can just see it in your life. Like, for example, maybe you really wanted this job and you didn't get it, but then you get an interview for this other job, you didn't get it, but then it led you to like your dream job, a job you really love. That's something that happened to me. I was looking for, I quit one of my jobs back in 2024. I was unemployed for like 2-3 months. It was kind of rough. Like, I was just working out and doing what I was doing back in 2022 when I was unemployed for a whole fucking year. Because I wanted to kind of figure out what I wanted to do. So I was really unemployed for 4 months. For the 4th to 6th month, I was trying to figure out, I was game planning. And then 6 to 12, I was really, 6 to 10, I was really like taking action. I was actually like studying shit. And then from 10 to 12, I was looking for like an entry-level job anyway. I was looking for anything. And that was for 2023. No, 2022, my bad. And I saw that pattern come again in 2024 when I quit my job, and I was like, I don't like this. I gotta get a quick job. I gotta get momentum. I knew that's what helped in 2023 was momentum. And I applied for Costco at this it's like this fucking business Costco, and I don't want to say I didn't get the job. It just wasn't a good fit. But I did want it. I did want it for the first, so I did 2 interviews. The first interview, it went okay. It didn't go great. I know when an interview goes great. I know, you kind of just know. This interview went okay. It was okay to get me a second interview. And then they started talking about the job more and the hours and everything. I'm just like, I don't really like this. The hours were like 1 to 5 or 1 to 6. Like, you're giving me 4 hours for, and you're fucking up my sleep schedule. And I'm working 5 days a week. and have to work from 1 to 5. What the fuck am I gonna do for the rest of the day? That's so stupid. And so I was talking to the head manager, and I was just like, we were basically just talking about it, and we were breaking it down, the job and everything. And I was like, I don't know if I like this. I mean, like, it kind of was like we weren't seeing eye to eye. And we left the interview on good terms and everything, but I knew I wasn't going to get the job, because I'm like, at that point too, I didn't really want it. But I didn't end up calling back, and it did kind of hurt a little bit for them not to offer it, but kind of a blessing that they didn't do that, because where would I be right now if that was the case? Would I still be working there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what would happen? Because GNC, I was constantly looking for other opportunities all the time, and studying, and, you know, trying to become a marketer. I was trying to get into like digital marketing, and so I was studying. I was hitting up businesses asking if they wanted my service, and I was getting no luck, but I did know my shit. I was getting into coding a little bit. I was just getting into so many different things. And then, I took a risk on this one job, and it was a sales job, and I'm not very charismatic, at least at the time I wasn't. But I kind of conquered my fear of talking to random people, and I got really good at it, and I got really addicted to that engagement. And I realized I'm not really scared of conversation ever. Like, I don't fear that type of shit. Like, and I don't fear conversation with people. And I also learned at GNC back 2023. I'm going all over the place, by the way, but back in GNC, I realized that I am actually an extrovert. I'm not an introvert. I always thought I was an introvert. I was like, I only like hanging out with my friends and, you know what I mean, chopping up with them. But I kind of like talking to everybody. I like just fucking, I had this other podcast called Mouthful. Maybe I should just make these on Mouthful, because Mouthful is it's a great idea. It's such a great podcast idea, because I just have so much shit that I just want to explode out. You know what I mean? And I'm doing this for myself. Like, this is nothing, like, I'm not trying to get big off of it or nothing. It's just passion. I'm just doing it to play the game. It's just something that I think is fun. You know what I mean? I think I want to start doing stuff that I want to do. This life is too short to not do that. I'm just going to do stuff I want to do. Like, if I want to make a YouTube video, I'm making a YouTube video. You know what I mean? If I want to start something, I'm just going to start something. I don't care how it happened in the past. Oh, I did this YouTube thing, and I kind of stopped doing it, and it kind of failed. That was in the past, though. This is like new. I have so much more experience going into it now. I have such an advantage. And so you got to think more. I have to think more optimistic. But yeah, Mouthful, I love that idea. That's such a good podcast name. I might, who knows? I might just transfer these videos over to that page. I don't know. But I do like this name. It's Matty Ismo Photo. So that's like my entourage, or whatever the fuck they call that shit. Oh yeah, but back to how I found out I'm actually an extrovert, not an introvert. David Lamb, he's not CEO, but he's high up in GNC. He's the coolest dude ever. He's so fucking awesome. I think he's like 34, 35, 40, something like that. But he's like the coolest fucking dude. He's so chill. He's so like his energy's warm. Like, you feel good when he's around. And that's like kind of rare from a person at his position. Like, a lot of people at the GNCs were fearful of him. I'm like, why are you fearful? This guy's a normal dude. This guy's really cool. I remember when I applied for GNC, we were talking about like Joe Rogan. We were talking about like just random shit, like Elon Musk. Like, at the time he was popping off with the flamethrowers or some shit. We were just talking about that. He's a really cool guy. And he was explaining to me what the difference between an introvert and an extrovert actually is, and how it's being misperceived in the world. Like, it has a bad reputation. The definitions aren't really like real. Like, you know what I mean? So you think of an introvert, you think of someone that's like doesn't want to talk to people and just wants to stay to themselves. That's not necessarily make someone an introvert. Because, I mean, I would be like that at times. And I consider myself an extrovert now. But I would always be like, I just want to chill, talk to the people I like, and, that's it. The distinct difference between an introvert and an extrovert is how conversation affects you. If you're shy, you can be a shy extrovert. At times, I'm a shy extrovert. And so, when you look at it from that perspective, It's about how conversation affects you. When you're engaged in a conversation with somebody else, do you gain energy or do you get drained? It's the effect of the conversation. It's not the conversation itself, but it's afterwards. When you leave that conversation with anybody, for the most part, like, you know, I mean, it could really be with anybody. It's just in general, how does conversation affect you afterwards? And for me personally, conversations for me, I get a spike of energy. I don't want to say steal. I don't even want to say borrow, but I gain energy from other people's energy. It's like they're charging me, as in like my battery. They're giving me energy from their energy. It's a reusable source, and I take it all the time from people, and I love it. It's such an addicting drug if you look at it like that. And so I'm definitely an extrovert because I love conversation. One thing about me, like if I'm taking Uber, I don't take Uber as much because I'm sober. But however, like if I take an Uber and the Uber driver is quiet the whole time, doesn't say a single word, I don't tip. I do not tip. If you're just gonna drive me around, and a lot of times they're not even good drivers, if you're just gonna drive me around, not engage in conversation, I am not gonna tip you because you didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got me to the spot safe, whatever, but there was no effort. You know what I mean? I respect people that put in the effort, and I know people say, oh, some people don't want to talk to some people, some Uber or some people that take Uber don't want to be talked to. I'm not sure. I think that's even a feature on the app. You can click like, hey, don't talk to me or some shit. But me personally, I love conversation. So if somebody's engaging in conversation, I look at that as that person is grinding. This person deserves a tip, and I'll tip them like $5 compared to nothing. You know what I mean? And $5, and when I say $5, normally it's like, you know, 1, 2, 3, whatever. I'll tip like 5. I'll go the max because this person was really cool and really awesome. I care more about the person than, you know, the actual destination or whatever. So if I get to know you and you know what I mean, you really show yourself to me, then yeah, I'm gonna tip you. But if you're not doing that, if you're just driving and it's just quiet the whole time, I'm not gonna tip you. No, what the fuck? You gotta put in effort. You know what I mean? I you know, if people like you, they want to help you. You know what I mean? And I don't know you, so I don't want to help you. You know what I mean? And another thing I've realized about myself that I learned this year, I love people with ideas. I love people with ideas. I love ideas. I love when I'm engaged in a conversation and I have so much to say, when I have all these ideas flowing. I love talking to people that get me in that state. Or I love when people get in that state for me. You know what I mean? It's like, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And a lot of people are scared to share ideas, or they're scared to have an opinion or something. But I mean, to me, like, thoughts are just, you know what I mean? If you get offended over a thought, like it's maybe not even something I believe, it's just a thought I had, you're stupid, because it's not what I believe. It's just a thought I said. You know what I mean? And that could be for anything. It could be for, I don't even know, like maybe we're talking about policies for like politics or something. I don't really talk about politics often, but I do have my own views on stuff. But I'm more like, I don't pertain to like any side. I'm not a leftist. I'm not a rightist. Is that rightist? I don't even know if that's a word. I'm not on the right, but I'm not on the left. I'm whatever makes sense. I'm like in the middle. You know what I mean? Because I see both sides are just retarded. They're all just millionaires, fucking politicians, you know. Both sides are just millionaire politicians. Like, they don't give a fuck about us. Like, you know what I mean? Both sides are corrupt, but both sides are needed to coexist. Like, this thing in America needs both sides. Because when it swings too far this way, we gotta pull it back this way. When it falls back too far this way, we gotta pull it back that way. And the people that drive me crazy are the people that are like my way or the highway. I actually want to put in a clip of somebody. I'm gonna put in a clip on Instagram. I want to hear you guys' like, so you can see what I think of the video.
Definitely require an apology and a real conversation before reconnecting with anyone. And even then, reconnecting is not guaranteed. People like to make it seem like, yeah, I could just be cool again or be on good terms without readdressing whatever the fuck they did in the first place. That caused y'all to disconnect. Accountability is going to be the word of the day every single time you try to reconnect with me. Okay? We need to have a sit-down conversation, and I need to see that you understood what transpired. Because we not about to sit here and just bypass everything like everything was cool. Like we just going to go back to having the same connection, same bond. We're not doing that, all right? It's some new boundaries and shit that's in place. And the more I think about it, I don't believe in reconnecting with certain people. Okay, it's 9 billion people in this goddamn world. If we gonna reconnect, it better come with some changed behavior. All right, because if it ain't changed behavior, then you could keep that shit, you could keep the apology, and you could keep the real conversation to yourself. Because I don't want nothing to do with you at all, ever again.
Now, this video is basically promoting to not forgive people. When people want to reconnect, they're like, we can't just reconnect and squash the beef. Or if we didn't have beef, we can't just reconnect. You know what I mean? Why didn't you hit me up? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? I think that is such a stupid thing, bro. That is so stupid. I think people are so dumb when it comes to like that. They're so immature. I feel like I have been very mature as a kid for like friendships and shit. Like, I mean, if you have a friend and like if you have a friend, you get into a big argument, at least for guys, I mean, get over it. It doesn't even matter. For the most part, when you look at what the actual problem or issue or beef is, it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? And so I think this video is so childish. Like, forgive your friends. They're stupid. All my friends are stupid. I'm stupid. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? And that's really the biggest point of this whole thing. If like forgiveness is such a powerful thing, like why am I going to hold all this weight on my friend who I love? Or let's say I mean I don't have all my friends I don't love, right? Like I have a lot of friends like most of my friends I love, but there's obviously friends I don't necessarily love, because we'll get into that for the next episode. I think love is a very tricky topic, and I'm going to give my definition and my thoughts on love and everything like that. But for now, like, because this kind of ties into friendship, so I guess I'm going to kind of walk on ice for a little bit, or walk on the edge. I don't even know what that's called. But for me, friendship's so important, especially when I've known people for a long time. Like, that friendship is so valuable to me. And like I said, my friends are dumbasses. I'm a dumbass. And the beautiful things about friends is, like, I see it all over the place. Like, friends can't get canceled. Like, you know what I mean? It's true. How are you going to cancel your friend for a thought? That's so stupid. And it's like, okay, maybe he has that thought, but he doesn't control the whole fucking world. And maybe you don't agree with that view he has, but he doesn't control the world. He's like one vote. He has one vote for whatever the fuck he believes in. You know what I mean? So I have a whole bunch of friends that I don't agree with. And I think it's very important to disagree with your friends. Don't just be a yes man. Like, disagree and say your piece, and then agree to disagree, or come to a middle ground. Like, you don't have to agree with, you guys don't have to agree on everything. It's so crazy that some people will lose friendships over disagreements. So fucking crazy. But also, like, if you get into a beef with your friend or something, like, the most thing I'll do is just time and space away from that person. And I don't expect an apology, and I don't want to apologize to my friend. Like I said, you have two dumbasses. Why are we going to make it awkward? Why are you be like, oh, this guy didn't say sorry to me, now we can't be friends? Like, no, it's stupid. It's so stupid. And also, like, when they say, oh, you haven't hit me up in like years, what is that about? Well, it's like, well, you didn't do it either. That's the thing about the whole thing. You can't get mad at someone not hitting you up because you're a hypocrite. You didn't hit them up. You know what I mean? And even if you're like, well, I keep hitting you up, even like if you keep hitting them up and they never hit you back, are you hitting them up so they can hit you back? Like, why are you hitting them up? You gotta look at why you're doing it. It's like, it's so kiddish, bro. Like, people have lives, people are busy all the time. And another thing, I'm gonna just say a tiny bit about love again, but that's gonna be in the next episode. I'm gonna talk about love. I'm gonna write that down. That's a good topic to talk about. But like, when you say I love you to somebody, a lot of people get scared and fearful of doing that because they're like, oh, they're gonna say it back. How are they gonna feel if I say that? Am I gonna scare them? But it's like, if you really do love them, you should not be expecting them to say it back. maybe they're not ready for that. You know what I mean? So your intention should be, I just want to tell them that so they know. Not so they can hear it, not so that they can say it back to me. You know what I mean? And it takes away the fear, because you're like, if they say it back, great. But if they don't, it's okay. I'm telling them I love them. If I say I love you and you don't say it back, it doesn't mean I don't love you now because you didn't say it back. I said it because I wanted you to know it. And I think people need to mature. I think people need to wake up to that aspect of it, because it's like, why are you doing it? If you're just doing it so someone can say it back to you. And maybe they do need love in their life. Maybe they don't love themselves. But then what are you doing in the first place? You shouldn't be in a relationship if you don't even love yourself. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? When you're single, you can fucking work on yourself so fucking much. You can work on yourself so fucking much if you're single. And it's like self-improvement. You can fucking turn into a fucking beast. You have so much time. You don't have somebody else you have to go to fucking spend time with. You are grinding. You are doing everything to get better every day. You know what I mean? And so, like, once you do that, once you see progress and once you get addicted to progress, you'll start to love yourself, because you're like, I'm fucking great. I'm going to the gym every day. I'm taking control of my life and everything like that. And, yeah. But that's really all I had to say for today. This has been Smitty Ice Mofo, thoughts on a walk or mouthful. I don't even know. Maybe we'll upload it to both and see what happens. I don't fucking know. But I love doing this, and this is really fun. So I'll see you guys in episode 4. Later.